Hi, everybody. This is Phil Sims, and you're watching Fresh Cookies.
There I am. What up, everybody? Welcome. Week 7 is here. Fresh Cookies in the house. Had some audio issues these last 2 weeks. I think we got it down packed. All right. I got good audio, not blowing out your eardrums. So if anything's going on, you let me know in the chat. All right. But I think we got the audio going this week. So another glorious week in the NFL is upon us. Thursday. So we got Thursday night football going tonight. The matchup, not the best, but I'm excited to see some more Jaguars. They've been in prime time a lot, it feels like, with the 2 London games. I like him. I'm just not completely sold. Calvin Ridley, he's teetering right there in terms of premier playmaker this year and just kind of average. All right. I need a little more from Calvin Ridley, but Jaguars rolling right now. Appreciate everybody already with us. Lizzie P says the audio is good so far. I appreciate it. We strive for greatness here. All right. But we got a great show as always, in the live chat or in the comments. Let me know some hot takes you got going for this weekend. Maybe you're laying down a little parlay bet. Maybe you got a big fantasy matchup. Let me know some of your predictions, some of your hot takes. And as always, if you're following us on social media, DM us something or, drop something on the Facebook page. We are on Facebook now. We're live streaming on Facebook right now. Appreciate everybody who's watching on there. But yeah, just drop something in there. We love to spice it up a little bit. If you did not see the thumbnail for today's show, potential scam. All right. No more undefeated teams in the NFL. Both the Niners and the Eagles suffered their first losses. And let me tell you, it wasn't good for either one of them. The Niners, they're on the road, lose 2 of their Pro Bowl elite players. Like any other franchise would be in shambles if either one of these guys went down. They had 2 go down. They lost on the road to PJ Walker. Shout out Elizabeth, New Jersey. PJ Walker, former Temple Owl, played in the XFL. He's doing the damn thing. Shout out Union County. And then, the Eagles losing to the Jets. What are you doing, bro? I can understand if Aaron Rodgers was on the team, but he's not. All right, he's not. Just not a good look. I think there's some inner turmoil. We'll get into it in a little bit here, but we got some good stuff for you guys. Some interesting storylines, and worlds are colliding. You'll see what I'm talking about. An interesting development here, I guess, for me personally. Not like I don't know the people personally, but something from my youth coming to fruition today that I never thought would. And honestly, it's kind of funny. I enjoy it. Before we get going, gotta wet the whistle. All right. So, like I said, great show planned as always. And like I said, we're talking about the thumbnail. The Niners and the Eagles, they both might not make it to the Super Bowl. As crazy as it sounds, we have power rankings coming too. I'll go more in depth with this. But I know they only both just got their first losses, but they were both kind of telling, if that makes any sense. And I got to make this text a little bit bigger. All right, much better. Yeah, but like you can't win them all. 49ers and Eagles, they both had to lose eventually. It's crazy that they both lost on the same week, but it was also just crazy how I don't even want to say bad, a little incompetent. It seemed like, and I'm going to give the Niners a little bit of, I'll give them a little bit of leadway. It sucks when two of your key players, and they have a lot of them, it seems like, go down and you're on the road. So against the good defense, by the way, the Browns, I've been pulling for the Browns all season. It's looking like Deshaun Watson might be what was kind of holding them back because that defense is nasty. I'll tell you that straight up. And Amari Cooper, he could get going at any moment. And Joku, pretty solid so far. Shout out Jersey again. But it was crazy to see how quick the Niners fell apart. And like I said, it's easy to say the game plan was disrupted. So this week will really determine how I feel about them a little bit more. Like I said, they had those two guys leave in the middle of the game, but even still, man, and I'm gonna give PJ Walker some credit. First NFL start in a minute for him. Like I said, the Jersey kid gets it done. You beat the best team in the league on your first start this year, so that's an awesome thing. It's more praise for the Browns than anything for overcoming. And who knows, maybe they hit their stride now with no Deshaun Watson, which is a completely different issue, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But just shout out to them. The Niners, I don't feel that bad for them though because they have a great defense and they still have George Kittle. So, crocodile tears. Even if Debo and Christian McCaffrey both don't play this week, you still got Ayuk, Juszczyk. He's pretty reliable. And Brock Purdy, we've been bigging up Brock Purdy, so let's stick by it. Let's see what he can do with a little bit of adversity. Never hurt nobody. And on the other side, the Eagles, we've heard rumblings. There's no definite report. But yeah, it looks like they have inner turmoil and it's starting to show. It looks like they got a little bit of the Buffalo Bills syndrome right now, except they've won all their games so far. Who knows? Does this win motivate them or does this kind of hurt them? And they have a huge game with Miami, by the way, which looking at the schedule, I believe that is not no, it is. It is. Thank goodness. Yeah, the Dolphins Eagles most definitely deserves to be the Sunday night game. They have a huge one, the Eagles, to respond to. All right. A huge one. If the Dolphins drop it, I wouldn't be too surprised. Just because after that big blowout win over the Broncos, if anything, I feel like that kind of exposed them a little bit, if that's weird enough to say. But this week will be very telling for the Eagles. Like I said, both had to lose eventually, so they'll both be on that Summer Jam screen later this weekend on Sunday. But when it comes to the Eagles losing to the Jets, look, the Jets have a great defense, just no offense. So it's still a formidable opponent. Shout out to them still getting the damn thing done. The Eagles should have been up on them in the first half. And when you look at the Jets, let's get some visuals in here. When you look at the Jets, so far, we know they beat the Bills to start the season. They played a close one with the Chiefs, which honestly, like they really could have won. Beat the Broncos. Seems like everybody's doing that. And then you beat the damn Eagles. All right. The Jets, despite all their BS that they're going through, managed to still have a much better season than the Patriots. I can tell you that much. All right. It's upsetting, but Gotta give credit where credit's due. So shout out the New York Jets. They beat the Eagles. It just looks like a lot of personalities clashing in Philadelphia. Let me know what you guys think about that. And let me know if you agree with my stance that not sure the Eagles or the 49ers will be heading to the Super Bowl. So, and if that's the case, just I would honestly say if I could see one, I could probably see the Niners making it to the NFC Championship. But so far that's where I'm standing right now. So let me know what you guys think about that. And just going on that, yeah, there's a good chance they both miss the Super Bowl. 49ers miss it. It looks like if they're on the road again and not healthy. So, are they one of these teams that they got to be at 100%? Hope not. Eagles, they're done if they just don't cut the shit. Like, we can tell y'all not gelling too much. It's early in the season, it feels like still, but really it's hitting the midway point. But just cut it out. All right. You could definitely win the whole damn thing if you just get out of your own way. But both of them are starting to hit the hardest parts of their schedule. Like I said, the Eagles going up against the Dolphins this week, and then the Niners, they got the Vikings, but I'm pretty sure we went over their schedule last week, and I don't want to keep bringing up the 49ers schedule, but I have to. Shout out to everybody checking us out on Facebook. It's cool. Trying to expand the show here. Oh, and say play it. But whoa. Let's cut that out. But yeah, they both need to get out of their own way because if not, it's curtains. All right, moving right along. I won't keep talking about these guys. So before we get into our power rankings, interesting story. Like I was talking about, worlds colliding. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen the reports, but there's a possibility that Justin Fields doesn't play this week. Right? So the potential starter for them Tyson Bagent. Now, when I bring this up, doesn't seem like a lot, but I was watching Good Morning Football this week. They had a great piece, and it was crazy watching what played out. So the name sort of sounded familiar, and then they had dude's dad on. All right. Now, not sure if anybody else used to watch this show. It's called Game of Arms, right? It's arm wrestlers. Probably seen it. And there was a guy who used to talk hella shit. Travis Bagent. Turns out it's dude's dad. Couldn't believe it. This is awesome. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's his profile from the A&E show Game of Arms, which you should check out.
My life mission is have people talking about you. Make a mark in this world and make sure that you're remembered. The only way to do that is to make sure that every chance I get, people know that I'm the best arm wrestler in the United States of America. And I'm never gonna stop.
Insane. I have one more clip to show you.
For years, Sacramento's Tom Nelson has tried and failed to take down world champion Travis Bagent.
Bring it home, Tom. Bring it home.
This battle is no longer.
Can you imagine this guy sitting next to you in the stands?
Under the belief that he is on a divine mission, Tom locks up to try again.
The swinging light. All right, let's get on with it.
What's the score? 1-0, Team Nery. All right, guys.
You would touch me. Go ahead. I wish you would. I wish you would, bitch. I wish you wouldn't even think about it. You know you won't touch me. No. What are you doing? No. Touch my thumb. No. How am I going to say?
You guys, 30 seconds. Get your grip. I'm straightening you out.
The ref struggles to bring the brawlers to a new.
All right, but you get my point. Listen, do yourself a favor, look it up. Game of Arms. All right. I think there was supposed to be a second season. Didn't work out like that, though. Check it out. It's like unlocking a memory. Pulled up the IMDb page. Like I said, Game of Arms. It was great. Actually, I think it was 2014, but not sure. Yeah, I don't know if it's free to stream, but yeah, check this out. It's like unlocking a memory for me. I was actually watching Brett Michaels' Rock of Love the other day. I was like, man, they just don't make TV the way they used to. High quality ish. Well, yeah, that's crazy. But that dude's son, all those years later, is possibly going to be the Chicago Bears starting quarterback. Absolutely amazing. My worlds are colliding. Don't turn this man into this Taylor Swift of his son's life. Game of Arms. Listen, he's coming for everything. All right. He might out LeVar Ball on this one. Who knows? But the fact, I really, seriously, I was in shock when I saw that, though. The fact this guy, who I remember is just and he's, listen, you could say whatever, it's arm wrestling. Apparently, he wins all these things. And you know what? The trash talk is hilarious. So I think we're going to have to. I think we're going to have to consider putting Travis Bagent top 10 trash talkers in sports history. We'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling compelled to do a list next week, which next week we'll talk more about it. But next week, doing the first Fresh Cookies Halloween show. All right. We did some festive stuff. Got some funny, I guess, promos, segments ahead, but definitely check it out. I'm excited. All right. I was starting to get a little more into the I guess holiday spirit, so to say. You know what? We do need a Halloween show, all right? And we're doing all our holidays because you know what? It's what we do here. Give you what you want. All right. So talked about the Niners and the Eagles possibly not being shit. Tyson Bagent possibly being a new generation songbird, someone and Travis Bagent being the sport dad we didn't know we all needed. All right. Without further ado, though, it's about that time when we premiere the Fresh Cookies Week 7 Power Rankings. All right. Let's get that in here. Yeah, it's done. I just didn't. It's coming up now. All right, it's coming up now. That's right, Lizzie P. It is spooky season. And just in case y'all didn't know how serious I am, me put my glasses on real quick. All right. We know how to have fun here, all right? So don't get it twisted. But without further ado, pull up my notes here. All right. But without further ado, the Fresh Cookies Week 7 Power Rankings. Coming at number 10, Bengals, you beat a good team. Number 9, the Browns, you overcame your expensive QB going MIA. Shout out PJ Walker. Dolphins at number 8, it was the Panthers. Chill. Coming in number 7, the Bills, you should have lost to the Giants. Seahawks, can't win them all. You stay at number 6. Number 5, Jags, you're winning the games you're supposed to. Dropping to number 4, the Chiefs, pathetic outing against Denver. You should be ashamed. But climbing, the Lions at number 3, you keep doing the damn thing. This is a scary team. Even though they lost to the Jets. Eagles, let's see how you bounce back. 49ers, you're still at number 1. You lost 2 Pro Bowl weapons. Oh, well, you still have Brock Purdy and a good defense and George Kittle. Do the damn thing. Yeah, you know what? The Patriots are spooky. We'll get into them later. Obviously, I have to address them. Unfortunately, I have to address them, but they almost won. That's really sad that's what it's coming to, almost winning, which still doesn't count for ish. All right, but here was last week's power rankings. It's been some big changes. Colts, you're out of here. Same with the Bucks. You know what? The Bucks, I was really high on them, and they do have a good defense, and Baker Mayfield is doing what he's supposed to this year. But, you know, they've kind of only beat bad teams, so they got to prove a little bit more. The Jags, they're still there. The Dolphins, they're still there. Everybody's basically still there. All right. The Bucks and the Colts are no longer with us. If you take a look, the Bengals and the Browns join the list. Okay. And just going through here, the Bengals, it's about time you beat a good team. All right. Seattle, we're very high on them here, clearly. The offense looks a little more lively. I can tell Joe Burrow's not at 100%, and I don't see them being a Super Bowl team either yet. But they have picked it up, so, you know, I'll put them on here, barely. Coming in at number 9, the Browns. Despite all the drama that is Deshaun Watson, like, this is so heartbreaking considering his Clemson days where I couldn't wait to see this dude play on Sundays. Whatever. We'll learn more about it. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. But despite all that and him going MIA, they beat the best team in the NFL currently with PJ Walker. Once again, shout out Elizabeth, New Jersey. The Minutemen produced some great athletes over the years. And also shout out Deion Dawkins, offensive tackle for the Buffalo Bills, my former neighbor at Temple University. I root for you except for 2 times a year when you play New England. But the Browns defense is good. I like them a lot. Been trying to get them on the list, and you know what? That was an impressive outing. Not impressed with the Dolphins because they beat the Panthers. Do a little bit more. They got a big one against the Eagles. They beat the Eagles this week. You know, the Bills loss might negate because I don't see Buffalo beating the Dolphins twice. So if the Dolphins beat the Eagles this week, they might jump the Buffalo Bills. And when it comes to the Bills, you should have lost to the Giants. You know, how are you still hanging around late in the game with Tyrod Taylor at quarterback? And that's no disrespect to Tyrod Taylor. I think he's one of the best journeyman quarterbacks, but he also plays the 2 role so well. What I mean by that is just getting the next man ready, whether he has to start as the quarterback and then give up his duties, or he goes in and just does the damn thing. Who knows? Is Tyrod Taylor a better fit than Daniel Jones? Not sure. And his health is extremely a concern. So, but the Bills, you better start winning more games, and you better start winning them more convincingly. Because if you miss home field advantage, trust me, I don't know if you can go that deep in the playoffs. And if you get eliminated this year in the playoffs, don't go to the Super Bowl. This could be it for this group. And I definitely see this being Stephon Diggs' last year. Where he goes, that's a story for another day. But the Seahawks, they lost on the road to the Bengals, so I'm leaving them at 6. It's not, you know, they didn't lose to the Giants. They didn't lose, sucks to say they didn't lose to us. So they're staying put. Jags, all right, they're winning the games they're supposed to. They own the Colts twice this year, who was going to be their biggest threat in the long run in their division. The Texans beat them this year, so they do have to bounce back against them. But it seems, I'm going to pull up their schedule here. I'll look at it. Oh man, they got a pretty easy schedule remaining here. Just showing. We'll switch back. But looking at the remainder of the Jaguar schedule here, like I said, they're going tonight. They got the Steelers. That's a tough defense. For them, they have the 49ers. So off the bat, I kind of take back what I just said. Titans, they should win. They should beat the Texans. Then they're going to face the Bengals, then the Browns, then the Ravens. That's 3 pretty good teams back to back. We'll see how the Bucks are still doing by then. But they are going up against 2 of the best, arguably the 1 and 2 defense in the league back-to-back weeks after playing the Saints. They're going to go up against a good defense in the Texans, and they're going to have a good defense against the Browns. And I'm sure the Ravens will give them a game. But going back to our power rankings. But yeah, we're high on the Jags here. Keep winning those games, and who knows? Maybe we see a rematch Chiefs-Jags this postseason with the Jags coming out on top. Segueing to the Chiefs, what did you do against the Broncos? That was very pitiful, and it just further solidifies my concerns that if Travis Kelce goes down, that's it for y'all. Patrick Mahomes, amazing specimen, does some things I don't even know how are possible. On a football field, he can't do it all by himself. Isaiah Pacheco, shout out Vineland, New Jersey. We need that. They need to get a little more of their offensive guys going. And I think they're suffering a little bit from what the Patriots are this year, even though they're winning their games, is their personnel just not what it was in years past. And it looks like they're asking Mahomes to do hella a lot, and they're getting some of these favorable calls from the refs. But if they're in a close game, I like them. But other than that, I don't know. Could be a shocking year for Kansas City fans. I'll tell you that much. But a team that beat the Chiefs, and trust me, I wanted to put them above them so bad, but I still needed a little more proof. And granted, they just beat the Bucks, but the Lions, all right, the Lions are doing their thing. They beat a somewhat good Bucks team. They're looking like they're about to get into their stride. They're not hitting it yet, because I don't think any team is really hitting it yet. The Niners will tell you that. But the Lions, right now, they have a mentally tough team because Jared Goff is playing better than I think he has his entire career. All right. So the Lions, I'm happy to put them in at number 3. Number 2, the Eagles, they're going to stay put even though, they lost to the Jets. Enough said. Is A.J. Brown a problem with, with his targeting with his targeting issues? Who knows? Is there more turmoil in the locker room than we know? Who knows? But there's something up in Philadelphia. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you definitely seeped into that Jets game that they definitely should have won, and you can't win them all. But I don't know. If you're an Eagles fan, I mean, you're going to be annoying regardless. Shout out my brother-in-law. He does a pretty good job. He's probably the least annoying Eagles fan I know. But yeah, you could be in for a rude awakening, and I don't feel that bad. 49ers, disappointing loss to the Browns. Christian McCaffrey and Debo go down, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, having to just play this game on the road without not even just two of your key players. But they're very uneasy number 1 for me after falling to the Browns. Even if they would have lost to the Cowboys, I don't even think it would have been that bad. But just the fact that and it's no disrespect against the Browns, because like I said, we've been giving them their flowers, but for them to be at questions at quarterback coming into the week and you lose to PJ Walker on couple days notice, or maybe they knew for a while, but I don't know. Not a good look. There is the Fresh Cookies Week 7 power rankings. Take a good look, screenshot it, share it. It's going up on our social pages. Let me know what you think in the comments. And we got more football coming up right today and ahead this weekend. I think we're staying in the States. Thank goodness this weekend. I can't do another 9:30 start. I love football, but you're suffocating me sometimes, all right? Suffocating me. No, I'm kidding. I love it. Love it. Could be worse. Could be no football. Could be no football until like 8 p.m. and the whole day is just like Christmas Eve. All right, but yeah, we got stuff going this week. Also, before we get into this week, one of my favorite clips. So Justin Pugh, offensive lineman for the Giants. I'm sure you guys have heard this story, but he hadn't played, I think, in like a year. Got signed to the Giants and started this week. Check out his intro on Sunday Night Football. Just great. It's an inspiration to all of us who watch NFL Red Zone and the NFL every Sunday. Check it out.
Justin Pugh, straight off the couch.
I'll play it one more time for you in case you missed it.
Justin Pugh, straight off the couch.
Love it. Straight off the couch. A message we could support here at Fresh Cookies. We love couches. And let me just address it. One more thing before we start getting into Week 7. Patriots showed life against the Raiders, but man, is it disappointing to see Jacoby Myers actually, make catches and plays? Of course it is. Is it disheartening that the Raiders are bad and we lost to them? Of course it is. That Josh McDaniels, Brian Hoyer, Chandler Jones left this year, but just the Raiders are just scraps of the Patriots, and they're playing way better. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I thought we might see a little more Malik Cunningham. Not the case, but I'm really losing my patience here in terms of like Mac Jones trying to stick up for dude, and he's just giving me nothing. Absolutely nothing to work with. He looks like he's just waiting to get put on the sideline, but it just never happens. All right. And we've seen a lot of, you've seen this meme a lot, but for real, this has been me every week this season past like week 1. No, actually, no. It hasn't been me past week 1, but just saying. That's what I'm feeling like, all right? Go away, Heffernan. Yeah, Patriots show life, but they're still bad, and we have a tough task ahead of us going up against the Buffalo Bills this week. But without further ado, let's get into week 7 of the NFL. Like I said, let me know in the comments, in the live chat, what are some of the predictions and hot takes you have for Fresh Cookies entering week 7. And shout out the Woot Woot Football League, Fantasy Football League, best fantasy league around. All right. So, starting with our Thursday night matchup, the Jaguars and the Saints. You heard me talking about Calvin Ridley being a threat. Yeah, I would expect him to get some if you're going to I would say if you're laying anything down tonight, I would like him on the receiving yards, but ETN is the way, I think, for the Jaguars, man. Balling out right now. He might be a top 5 running back. Shit, I would pay him out of everybody right now. So I would take him as a TD scorer and rushing yards. They should beat the Saints. They're well coached. The Saints have some weapons. It's just their QB that kind of holds them back. I'm not sure if I believe Derek Carr is going, but I could be wrong. And Trevor Lawrence living up to his end of the bargain. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback this year. So I like the Jaguars in this one. And I'm still going to be riding high on them going into the postseason. Falcons, Buccaneers, NFC South. Now, when the season started, I really thought the Falcons were going to shock some people. And they are shocking people with just how bad their quarterback play has been. I don't know when they're going to activate Taylor Heineke. You know we like the kid on this show. I wish the Patriots would make a move for him, but nonetheless, he's in Atlanta. They got to break the glass eventually, I think. This is a big win for the Falcons. I believe they're on the road. So I don't like their chances that much if that's the case. Yeah, where are you at? Yeah, they are at the Bucks. I don't see the Falcons winning this one, but I do see them, making a change at quarterback either during the game or after the game if and when they lose this one. Raiders, Bears, they should just throw this one away. Honestly, this is so disrespectful. Wouldn't spit on this game. Just kidding. Like I said, we got the Bajent, Bajent 007 going in for possibly for Justin Fields. Justin Fields, who knows what happens to him after this year? In years past, it looks like they would move the coaching staff and pieces around him. It looks like he might be the one getting moved this year. But going back to the matchup, the Raiders feeling themselves after beating up on the hapless Patriots. I still think they ride that momentum, and I like Jacoby Myers for a touchdown in this one. Browns, Colts. If Anthony Richardson were playing in this one, I think it would be much bigger, and I like Gardner Minshew, but it just looks like this might be, might might start getting a little rough here for the Colts. And you know what? Maybe the Jaguars just have their number, but that's not a good sign if you're trying to actually make it to the postseason. Browns, like I said, they got a really good defense. They got a top 10 defense, I believe. That 25 points in fantasy last week. I had them on the bench. I'm a fool. For that. Like I said, they're fighting a little bit of a headache at the quarterback position right now, but they took down the Niners pretty well. And like I said, we'll see if those two injuries were really to contributed to that win for them. But who knows? With that kind of confidence, and like I said, if Deshaun Watson was maybe not a good influence or bringing bad aura to the locker room. Who knows? Maybe they're just playing a lot better because, like I said, their defense, awesome. I'm going to take the Browns in this one. And a Kareem Hunt touchdown. What? All right, moving along. Commanders, Giants. I got peeps going to this game. Giants, they should have confidence after that game. They're going to host the Commanders, and they should win. But this is a division game. Just looking up right now. Yeah, it's looking like Daniel Jones not going to play again this week. Hey, I was high on this dude to start the season. I'm not going to kick his back in because he could come back and really tear it up for them. But you know, if they do better without him, I don't know what they do because I'm pretty sure they just paid him, so they could see Daniel Jones get moved here if they start doing better with Tyrod and they who knows how bad they are. They could end up with like a Caleb Williams. But when it comes to this game, Commanders are a sneaky team. They're a sneaky team because they'll get. I feel like they'll be close with some teams they shouldn't be, and then they'll just absolutely look like dog shit against teams they should be. This is a division game. They're on the road. I'm going to give the Giants this one because they had an impressive outing in the previous week, and if Tyrod can stay healthy, I like their chances to pick up a big division win for them. I don't know if I would lay down anything in this game, though. Maybe a Darren Waller touchdown, maybe take him for yards. I don't know. But he's obviously their go-to weapon right now. All right, Lions, Ravens. This should be an interesting matchup if Baltimore keeps up their end of the deal. I feel like the Ravens have one of the biggest spectacles in the league in Lamar Jackson, and they are just still boring to watch. What is the deal? Is the new offensive coordinator not working out for them? I don't know. Oh, we have some Commanders backing in here. To be honest, out of all the games, I wasn't really expecting anything out of that one. Sam Howell is tough, though. I like the way he plays. Maybe like a stockier Josh Allen, but let's see what he does. We'll see how they finish, and maybe they'd want a quarterback in the draft, or they stick with Howell. But Lions doing their thing right now. Like I said, they're top 3 in the Fresh Cookies power rankings. Impressive team. They're going to go on the road. I don't worry about them not being able to play in Baltimore. Like I said, this Baltimore team should be exciting, and they are just not. They are just not. I'm going to take the Lions winning another one, but I think this is going to be a close fourth quarter game. Moving right along, Cardinals, Seahawks. All right, Cardinals were off this week. They didn't get the chance to. I don't even want to say they didn't get the chance to lose because I've been high on them as well. And Josh Dobbs. I don't know what. I don't know what award you could really give him. I don't think he's a rookie. I feel like he is. I just want to. Nah, he old as hell. He's 28. I say that, and then he's like the first 28-year-old rookie. It's like, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah, he's been in the league since 2017. I don't know how I missed you, but he's doing great right now in terms of if they're, I guess, I don't know, is breakout player a thing? He's doing great. Unfortunately, they're going up against the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are impressive this year, and they're at home. They're coming off a bad they're coming off a bad well, not bad, but they lost to the Bengals on the road. It's just tough. So I like them at home for this one. But keep an eye on Dobbs going forward. Yeah, I appreciate that. I say just look them up. For some reason I really I didn't really have anything on this guy. I could have swore he was a rookie, but yeah, looking at that, that's pretty crazy. He was a volunteer. He went to Tennessee. Go figure. But yeah, like the Seahawks in that one. But don't sleep on the Cardinals. Steelers, Rams. The Rams, I feel like, have been winning somehow. It's hard to kind of watch their games though. Especially like shout out to Puka, but like when Cooper Kupp's just not there, I don't even know. They're like I said, they're also like in the same boat as the Ravens, where it's just extremely hard to watch their games. Shouldn't be like that. This is a good question. Oh, whoa, that's not a question. Yeah, the Rams offense has looked good, but what team does Josh Dobbs get traded to, you think? I don't think he gets traded. Honestly, I think he's going to get paid after this year. Why wouldn't you? Kyler Murray so far not that reliable, and it looks like this guy's 6'3". All right, he's not 30 yet, and I think he'll be a lot. I think he'll be a lot more experienced after this year. He gets paid. How he does going forward, who knows? When you're playing for the contract, it's a lot different. So I've been told. Too much of a headache. All right. When you got to put the video game clause into a contract, that's definitely a red flag. And then just doing too much. Sometimes extending plays a little too much. And I don't know how good a undersized jittery quarterback can fare after coming off an ACL, but he possibly could, because I said Tua shouldn't even be playing because of how his past injuries and his size, but he's proven me wrong because he's getting the ball out quick as ish, and he's an absolute killer this year, so I can't hate on Tua. Getting back to this game though, Steelers, they were on a bye. They're nice and fresh. Defense is wild. All right, defense is wild this year. They're going up against the good Rams offense, so this will be a nice meeting. I'm interested to see how Pickett does after that exciting win. Hopefully, it translated to a little more confidence for him. Hopefully, he makes a little more consistent. He's a little more consistent in play. This is a tough one. The Rams are at home. They're coming off I feel like I actually did watch their game after I was just talking shit. Oh yeah, they beat Oh wait, no. I was gonna say the Cardinals were on a bye. What am I talking about? They got smacked by the Rams. But yeah, the Rams are a little more established. I'm bugging. I'm gonna take I know my Pittsburgh fans are gonna hate to hear this. I'm gonna take the Rams though. And I want to know if Pittsburgh got to the West Coast early, or they're just going to go and say screw the time change and all that. So, all right, moving along. Chargers. Defensive score. Yeah. You think the real question is it a pick six or a scoop and score? I don't know Stafford too. I would have to look at his career pick six overall, but I don't know. And then, yeah, it is a big turning point for the Steelers. If I were to put them back up here for a second, yeah, I'll say I'll take a look at their remaining schedule. Where are you at? These guys are hiding on me. All right. So got the Rams, got the Jags. It's two pretty good opponents. It sucks having to go west to east like that. So yeah, they got the Rams, they got the Jags, Titans they should be, Packers they should be. That Browns on the road, that will be tough. They already beat them, so can't see the Browns losing twice and then let alone at home. So that Steelers Brown game is about to be insane. The Steelers Bengals game is going to be just as insane. Whoever did that did right. And like I said, where was it? Oh yeah, this is the first meeting between the Steelers and the Bengals. So it's in Cincy. Like I said, they have not played yet. So this is about to be a crucial part of their schedule. I just saw someone in the chat said their next three is insane. Yup. Because in reality, you really need to beat these two teams. You need to beat the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Packers if you lose to the Rams. Because I don't know if you'll lose back-to-back weeks, but that's tough going to both your division rivals back-to-back weeks on the road. So, and then Steelers got the Cardinals. That could be a potential. The Cardinals could potentially steal that one. So they got to be crazy. They got to be careful. Patriots, Steelers. Unfortunately, Steelers I don't think have much to worry about, but who knows? The Patriots could be ruthless by then. Should be the Colts. They should be the Bengals at home. Seahawks game will be tough, and the Ravens game will be another tough one for them. So let's see what the Steelers are made of. I hope it would be cool to see them beat the Rams. I don't see it happening. Chargers, Chiefs. Chargers are like the best bad team in the league right now, it feels like. Just you got Dallas Cowboy fans happy, so automatically right there you're a questionable character in my book. And Justin Herbert, I've been saying he's been buried. Kind of feels like, well, no, it doesn't feel like. I just don't know. Brandon Staley's the guy. It feels like the coaching is hurting them morally. I really liked Anthony Lynn. I thought that was so disrespectful that Anthony Lynn didn't get a fair shake at the Chargers for as long as he did. I feel like he was a much better fit. And I'm trying to remember where he's an assistant now. But seriously, that was I think Anthony Lynn was a great coach that never got a fair shake. So I'd want him as the Pats coach after Bill left. What? Is he at the Bills? Where the Oh, for the Niners. Go figure. That's what I'm saying. How does this guy not like have a head coaching job? Should be coaching the Panthers at the least. So yeah, Anthony Lynn should have stayed as the Chargers head coach. But the Chargers have so many key weapons, and I'm just like, why are you losing games? It's really starting to feel like it's because of the coaching. So I believe they are, what do they have? Like 2 wins? Let me see what the record is. Yeah, 2-3. Patriots actually play the Chargers. So, yeah, obviously tough one against the Chiefs. They should beat the Bears. Jets will be a tough one. They're going to host the Lions. That's a tough one. Going to Lambeau, that's tough. They're going to have the Ravens. They'll go to the East Coast to play us. That might be, we could possibly beat them. They should beat the Broncos again. They lose to the Raiders. That would be awful. They played, right? Yeah, they beat the Raiders. So Raiders could squeak one out against them. Bills will probably beat them. They'll probably beat the Chargers again, and then they have to play the Chiefs. They could steal that last game from the Chiefs. Who knows? They are not in the best of waters. And then when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, ticking time bomb, it feels like. All right. We try to stay away from the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift hype here at Fresh Cookies, but it's literally hard to escape. I just don't know how all this exposure is going to fare for Travis Kelce later on in the year. And that's to say, if he stays healthy, I really do feel like he is the key for the Chiefs this season. Their defense is rocking ever since they got the Chris Jones thing handled. Secondary is good. Pass rush looks all right. D-line looks all right. You can't be letting these lesser teams hang around you and then go off and cheer like shit is good. Watch, they're gonna lose. I'm pulling up theirs next. Yeah, they getting pulled up. They're gonna host the Dolphins. Calling it right now. I think the Dolphins beat them. They're gonna play the Eagles. You know what? I take that back. I'll give the Chiefs the Dolphins game. I think they'll beat the Dolphins. They're playing at 9:30, so that means they're somewhere. Where are they, in Germany? Yeah, they'll be in Germany. That's an insane game. It sucks that the other game in Germany is it sucks that the other game in Germany is the Colts and the Patriots. So, where the hell was I? Of course they can't just do it. All right. Going back to the Chiefs. All right. Yeah, I'll give the Chiefs the Germany game. All right. I think it'll be close and the refs bail them out. The Eagles are going to go to Kansas City for some get back. I don't think the Eagles get their get back, though. As messed up as that sounds, I think it's not anticlimactic. I think it's a tough game, but the Eagles just don't hold up their end of the bargain. All right. The Chiefs could lose to the Raiders. They always have like one dumbass loss, and I could see it coming against a division opponent, but I like the Bills beating the Chiefs. And then will it be Burrowhead on New Year's Eve? Does Joe Burrow get another win in Kansas City, Missouri? Like I said, they're going to wrap up against the Chargers. This is just such a head scratcher because two great teams who just, I don't know, completely different ends of the spectrum. One is kind of proven, obviously some Super Bowl rings, but I don't think they're at that caliber this year. And then the other one, they just need to take a bigger step and just haven't. So, with all that being said, to give you a long-winded answer, I'm going with the Chiefs in this one. Tough to lay down anything on any Kansas City players this season, though. Why would you take them? They just I don't know. They don't have the guys they normally do, so it's tough to lay down anything on the Chiefs other than Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce. Moving along, Packers, Broncos. The Packers kind of they're a little ahead of schedule. They're not really there yet, so we'll see what happens next year with them. They could still be, they could still do things. Who knows? The Broncos, obviously, this season's been no secret. It's been a real shit sandwich for the Broncos and their fans. I don't, they're under some new ownership. They're owned by the Walmart peeps. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Maybe everyone's just not that acclimated. Does Sean Payton stay there? Who knows? Does Russell Wilson stay there? Who knows? I think the Packers aren't dealing with this kind of drama, so that's why I'm going to take them on the road. I could see a Dobbs touchdown for that one. Dolphins, Eagles, the Sunday night game, and it damn sure should be. Exciting matchup. It's a movie. A big proving game for both these teams. Dolphins, you could score a lot of points against, the awful Broncos. Can you do it against the runner-up in the Super Bowl and one of the most hyped teams in the league right now? Right beside yourself. All right. Eagles, can you beat a good team and a team with a lot of hype around them who can score points? Now, you're at home, so I'll give you the advantage. The fans are super heckly and annoying. I don't know what the weather is. I know Saturday, I think we're supposed to get some more rain. Let's see. What's the weather going to be like? No, Sunday will be good. It's really Friday and Saturday that's going to be shitty and rainy, so they'll be fine. It says 16-mile-an-hour winds, so it might actually be windy. When it comes to picking who is going to win this game, now the Eagles just lost to the Jets. I don't see them dropping back to back. I think this is an incredibly close game. I'm going to go with the Birds in this one. All right. I'm going to go with the Birds in this one. I think A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts clear up their little joint. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go with the Eagles in this one. I think they clear up their little hiccup against the Jets. I still got my eye on them though. All right, and then the Monday night matchup, 49ers Vikings. The 49ers getting a softball to bounce back against. No one's expecting the Vikings to win this one, but if they do, that would be incredible. Just considering kind of the offensive woes that they've had, along with sorry. Um yeah, I think that'll be incredible what the Vikings do considering all their offensive woes this year. I need a little more from you, Alexander Madison. Took you in fantasy because I thought you were going to get that Dalvin Cook work. You had one good week. Last week, a little bit of a step back. But, it's also a little disheartening to see them trying to break up Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. It's a great tandem. I don't think they want to part with each other, but I think they'll be understanding. I don't know if they'll be understanding, but I don't think there'll be any ill will towards them. And I would take either one of those guys on the Pats. Let's make a push for Kirk Cousins, just like everybody else wants to. But seriously, Kirk Cousins, Taylor Heineke, who's obviously Cooper Rush. Hell, I would take Jacoby Brissett back. We love to throw dirt on his name, but listen, when we called upon him in that season when Tom Brady had to sit the first 4 games, he won a game for us, damn it. He had one of the best touchdown runs by a Patriot quarterback to this day. And speaking of the thorn in my side, the Bills coming to play the Patriots. It's the dildo game. And if you don't know what I mean by that, just look back. There's a history of whenever New England and Buffalo Bills play, whoever's the home fans tosses adult toys at the opposing team. They think it's funny. I think it's funny. Keep the tradition going. Now, as far as the actual game, who knows? The Bills might really want to run one up on us at home. If that's the case, I don't feel bad if any of your guys go down because you can obviously beat us. But it's all about how they're going to go about the game if it gets out of hand. The Bills obviously favored in this one, as they should be. They're playing much better than us. They have better weapons than us. They have better players than us. It's hard to say we have better coaching than them considering everything we're going through. But if it's close, we might actually have the better coaching. Unfortunately, with the way we lose in the stupidest fashion. So hurts me to say the Bills will probably get this one, but if the Patriots were to win, it will be because Stephon Diggs isn't able to make plays and we win the turnover battle and actually score a couple touchdowns. Like, offensive line, please. I don't know who we could bring in to give a pep talk, but offensive line, get it together because I think we have 2 quality backs. And Mac, as much as I've gotten on him, with saying you could time his throw with an hourglass. Does he practice with a balloon? You know, is he running with a space heater on his back? Who knows? But anyway, Mac Jones, it's tough to put all the blame on him, but he could also be playing a lot better. I also, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Malik Cunningham go in there. I want to see Cunningham. I want to see Cunningham's build. 25 years old, 6 foot, 198 pounds. Not the biggest guy. Maybe that's the concern. Coming from a Mac Jones who's 6'3", 214 pounds. That's definitely a big advantage. But if Cunningham can make quick plays on his feet, quick thinking, doesn't even necessarily have to be running. And like I said, if he avoids getting hit and just gets that ball out, who knows? But we need to stop. I think the biggest thing for the Patriots, and this goes directly to Bill Belichick, stop chastising our players so damn much. Like, Booty didn't get his foot down in the opening game versus the Eagles. We haven't seen him since. We need weapons. All right? We need weapons because I want to make sure I get dude's name right because he's been doing his thing. He gets like he's had like one good catch every single, and it's usually like in the first quarter. And it's so frustrating because he does nothing else. Let me see. Literally every week in the first quarter, he does something. Is it? Oh yeah, Demario Douglas makes a great play in the first quarter and then can't find him the rest of the game. And injuries have just been plaguing us. So it would be a miracle if the Patriots won this one. I'm still going to hold out some hope. I can't just keep investing in these guys. And you know what? I'm going to pull this back up because the Buffalo Bills, to reiterate what I was saying before during the power rankings, All right. I'm going to put them back up here just for a second. The Bills have, I think this year they have the chance to go to the Super Bowl more than in years past. All right. I don't think Kansas City's at that caliber yet, or just in general, or considering the cast they have. I don't know if the Bengals are going to have it, but who knows? They could switch it on at the end of the year. Anyway, this is a crucial time right now for the Bills to win as many games as they can, secure that home field. You have one of the most, as much as it pains me to say, you have one of the best fan bases in sports in general. So win the games you're supposed to so you can have home field advantage and you don't have to go to Arrowhead to play. Because if it's a close game in Arrowhead, you already know there's a big possibility your shit's going to end on a bad call. So Buffalo Bills, get it together, because as a Patriots fan, it hurts to sort of root for you, but if you mess it up, because eventually we gonna be back. We gonna be back. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another Fresh Cookies kickoff show. Like I said, we got week 7 going tonight with the Jaguars and the Saints. I like the Jaguars in there. I like ETN for a rushing touchdown and the yards. In case you missed before, next week, join us for the very first Fresh Cookies Halloween kickoff show. Definitely have some good segments, and we're going to try to make it as fun as possible. And going forward, we're going to try to do stuff because we got Thanksgiving coming up, and also Christmas, and I believe we have New Year's Eve games. And the week we come back, the following week after Halloween is Day of the Dead. So maybe we do something for that. But that's gonna just about do it. Let me check my notes, make sure there's nothing I left out for you guys. As always, like I said, let me know in the comments some of the hot takes you have for this week going forward. I appreciate everybody watching on YouTube, on Facebook, and Twitter. It's great to expand, and I have fun doing this with you guys every single week. So take care. Hope you win some money this week. I'm Nery Rodriguez, and you already know it's Fresh Cookies. Peace.